course, I need to organize. For those of you who don't know, my homie Bruce is doing his Pathfinder game, I believe, today. If you want to check that out, you should go over there and give that a look. Guaranteed to be a lot of fun. These sprues I have are the werewolf and the satyr uh, sprues from War Games Atlantic. My wife bought me, and I'm probably going to mix and match a bunch of different, things. I got some orc boys here too because the Blimmy that I ordered, they have really big hands. So the only hands that really look right on the body is the the Warhammer orc hands. Luckily, I had tons of sprues of orcs laying about. So, see, even here's some more right here. So, yeah. So that's allowed me to mod up my blimmies and actually give them weapons and stuff. Let me set this right here for now. Got a couple things I really do kind of want to get done before I move on to other things, though. Okay, here's a Russian soldier from like the 10th century. So, okay, so one of the first things I need to do is I ordered some buildings from Ender Games. And I have, let me put the chat on just in case. Maybe my brother will pop in. Maybe not. Never know with that Joker. But I'll see him tonight at the game. So, and then, oh, it's right here. I was like, where is my hat? Make sure there's no pup fluff on it. Tell you what, my little Pomeranian, that guy sheds hair like it's his job. So that's right. The Sagua lids. Okay, so the first thing I need to do now that I've cleaned up a little bit or organized a little bit my sprues, you know, try to get a decent area to work in real quick. And then let's see. Dean Powell, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So I got my little. I need to put the teeth on them, but these are the little things that are constantly falling off of the black goat with 1,000 young. So yeah, get a little white, do the teeth, maybe do them a little bit of a brush up. They'll look good. I also have this guy, and what I did with him, which I didn't imagine the Yeti would be this big. This guy's got to be 20 feet tall, right? I would think this would be like Ithaca or something, but um, what I did different is that I went with blue, actually. I base coated him like a pale glacier blue, and then I highlighted him with another blue, and then I actually highlighted him with a bold white, a titanium white. So now, other than like the details, like I'm going to paint those horns black. I might actually paint his claws black too. And, you could say that that's just a weird thing, or maybe it has to do with the fact that, he's frozen and, his extremities are like that. But Yeah, I didn't know how big this guy was. I wish he's about half that size, But I mean, I got three of these. If I'd known they were this big, I would not have gotten three. I'd have gotten one. But hey, whatever. And then of course I found my Turgis, which are the Roman battle skirts. So all of my blemmies now have stuff to cover their little grundles, their little grundle parts, and I've been putting belts on them, just using rolls of green stuff, and then when I go through my stuff and find some old bags and skulls and stuff like that, just bits I can hang off their belts, and that's what she said. Shut up, you brother, you. I was wondering how long it'd take you to show up and what excuse you would have to not join. I was actually literally talking about that. I was like, wonder how long it's going to take him to show up. And then I thought, I'm going to see him later anyway.
My brother,
My brother, my brother.
you know how you said that you wish those guys were smaller?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I don't know. I don't know who you hanging out with.
Uh, what time's the game?
Probably about 7:30 ish. Just somewhere in
So,
that. It
you-
depends how long it takes everyone who shows up to calm down and sit down
and
before I
finish the
yell at them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because they got to spend like the first 20 minutes when they show up just going. That's kind of that's the standard operating procedure. It seems like with always has been. Let's not BS around. You know it. I know it.
I know it. You know it. We all know it.
We
I
all
just
know
want to
it.
know if I'd have time to finish dinner.
Of course you do.
Yeah, well, both of the boys work till 6,
Okay.
and it's not going to take me long to cook. I
So
start
you're going
cooking
to be
probably.
up and ready to go before long.
Yeah, I
Well,
got
good.
some. I got some steaks and some garlic bread, mushrooms, green peppers and onions,
All right.
and some shrimps.
Okay.
That's what I'm eating for dinner because I don't get no meatloaf.
What do you know about meatloaf?
I know that that's what y'all having for dinner. I'd rather have meatloaf.
Yeah, the wife is making her family renowned meatloaf
Mhm.
that everyone in the family loves. So, and you will not be here for any of it.
Nope.
Well,
Oh, Deep Pound, what's up, buddy?
and Dean Powell's here. He's had an excellent day. Got the chore done. Got a hen stuck in his head. All right.
Yep.
Abide with me. Hey,
Mm.
the dude abides. I don't think we're talking about the same thing though. I found another blemmy, so I'm putting some pants on him. Can't have these guys running around buck naked all the time. You know,
Yep.
ride with me. Yeah.
I got a Bible verse stuck in my head all the time now.
Well, blessed be the Lord who prepares my fingers for war.
Now it's if I live for the Lord, and if I die for the Lord. So whether I live or I die. I belong to the Lord.
Yeah, I like mine better.
Yeah. I didn't say neither one's better than the other one.
I think mine fits me better.
Yeah. I heard the voice of the Lord. It says, "Who will go for us?" I said, "Here am I. Send me."
Nice. So ride with me.
Uh,
So you guys are hiding out in the tavern in the middle of the slums, figuring it out. I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm sure you're going to do something.
I'm gonna find me a magic weapon.
You don't have a magic weapon?
No,
Why?
because everybody else wants them.
Well, I
Because
mean,
they're more suited for everybody else.
well, that's true though. You are a cleric.
Yeah. I mean, the big flaming sword that I found is more suited for an assassin,
Aha! Somebody's,
along with the dagger that sucks your soul to hell.
somebody's being bitter, huh?
A little bit.
Well, then, next time a magic weapon that you can use is found, be like, hey,
Yeah, but it'd be more suited for other people.
oh, shut up. Just say, I want that.
Yes, I will. But everybody else say it's more suited for other people.
See, you're not being the solution, you're being the problem.
No, I'm just calling it how it is.
I don't think you are
You've been there. You know it's true. How can you argue the fact with me?
because it's fun.
You know, and I know. We both know
What do we know?
that there's people in our game who want the magic weapons,
Yeah, you're one of them.
regardless of what it is.
Yeah, you're one of them.
No, if I was one of them, I'd have one.
Well, well, I can't tell you anything because I don't know if there's any magic weapons waiting for you in the next area. How you doing, Shadow? So you either gonna have to just be chill and wait and see what happens, or throw a fit. Either way, you can go either way, really. But,
No, it's not worth arguing about.
mm, I
It's
mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in this adventure that you know you'll be able to be like, hey, come on now, that's mine. But Shadow, I don't want are the magic what exactly? It's a so. I mean, there have been a lot of magic items found.
yeah, there has have been, and every time I say, "Hey, this is cool. I want this," but somebody else, other people, not just one, other people in a party always argue for another party member to have it. And I'm like, whatever. It's like,
You like ride with me, my baby, won't you ride? No, I'm sorry, I got that song kind of stuck in my head somehow. That's a weird song to have stuck in your head too. Plus two butter knife. You know what would be an amazing magic item? An enchanted butter knife that every time you spread it across bread, it put a layer of butter on it. Like it didn't do anything else.
that's not a magic weapon. That's a freaking magic. Uh, accessory.
Yeah, but I mean, I would take that just as soon as I would take a +1 sword. I mean, literally, you're telling me that anytime I want butter on something, all I gotta do is rub this knife on it? Hell yeah. I mean, right? No? Yeah. I thought you were the one carrying the freaking horn of endless meat or some shit.
I might be.
Who's carrying that?
I think I might actually have a horn of endless mead.
Yeah,
I
you
think
might want to
that's
make sure who has it because if I remember correctly, it's got a one-time use to resurrect a character from dead.
yeah, but I'm not using that on those guys.
You're not what?
I wasn't using it on those guys.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wasn't. Don't
Dude,
tell me
you
how
have
my.
been adventuring with these guys for how long now?
Oh yeah, that's like saying, hey, you know what? You've been working with this guy for 6 years, so you're gonna use something. You're gonna use the only magical item that you have on
Oh my
this
god, did
idiot.
you just get on here to bitch?
No, but I got out here and I was thinking about our Hyperborea game, and you brought up that we're hanging out at a bar doing nothing. You just hanging out in the bar thinking, and my character's hanging out in the bar thinking, how come everybody else has all the good shit, and I've got a horn that gives me a drink when I'm thirsty? You know, I haul these idiots around all over the place on the back of my mammoth that I spent my money on, but there's never any division of any party funds. It's all held by one person
All right.
and divvied out a little at a time. If you want to buy something, you got to go up and say, hey, can I have some allowance, please? I mean, I've only saved your life 1,000 times and I would
You
like to
haven't
buy.
saved anybody's life 1,000 times.
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't like keep somebody from dying last week. That wasn't me. That was another cleric in the party.
Yeah, but that guy has nothing to do with anything. So now you're just taking it out on random people.
I'm not taking it out on random people. And you're just antagonizing me about it.
Well, look, all I can say is I'm sorry you feel this way, bro.
Now, you look, you don't tell me how my character feels. If I say my character would not waste the one magical thing he has on these idiots he works with, then, it's my character and I decide if he would use it or not.
And I just said I'm sorry you feel that way, bro. Right? That's
Yeah.
all I said. Sorry you feel that way, bro. Jeez. Come on here with just anger,
Yes. Yes.
violence.
I am a little angry about it. Look at the division of magical weapons and stuff and all the characters. Look
I
at it.
don't pay attention to that shit.
You've got the character sheets. Look at it and
I don't even look
uh,
at the character sheets. Why would I
prove
look at the character sheets?
prove prove me wrong, bro.
I'm not proving you wrong. I'm saying I don't even look at that shit. May I have some porridge, please? I know, right?
You know what?
No.
You aggravate the shit out of me. All of y'all aggravate me right now.
You
All of y'all
came
can
on specifically to be aggravated.
no. All of you can kiss the entirety of my anus.
Wow.
Both of them.
Wow. I'm feeling pretty bad
No,
now.
no. What's fucked up, Steve, is I find really badass magic weapons, and the party decides that other people should have it. Like I kill a guy, me personally kill a dude, pick up his weapons. Like, yes, I finally have something. Well, actually, that would work better with this person. The invisible assassin needs a flaming fucking sword.
You know what I think? I think there's a little bit of passive aggressiveness going on here.
No, if it was happening to you, you'd feel the same freaking way.
No, I wouldn't. You know why? Because when I
Because you're
found
the
that
DM.
sword, if somebody'd been like, I think we should give, I'd been like, fuck you. This is my
Yeah,
sword.
right. You
Come and
you
get
helped them. You helped them talk me out of it.
it. No, I did not. I sat there and laughed, but I did not help anybody talk anything out of anyone. Now you're just being
I'm a
misdirected.
background character of this stupid game, and I love the game. It's not stupid, but kiss my ass.
You make yourself what you are.
Like last week, I wasn't going to heal the little dude first. I was going to heal the Hyperborea because my character would heal a Hyperborea before a subhuman, and you got on me about it.
I said, bro, literally, you're going to let this guy die.
I didn't say I was going to let him die, but I was going to heal the other person first. You're like, come on, bro, do the right thing, man. And I'm like, fine, whatever.
Fine. From now on, I will let you be the biggest asshole you want to be. And if the group decides to leave your ass abandoned on an island somewhere,
That's fine. I will have my freaking horn of meat and my mammoth. It's
no,
not
because
like,
they're not even going to let you have your mammoth.
oh, they have to kill me.
They might have to the way you're
Yeah,
talking.
they might have to make some saving throws against whole person too.
They might have to. And if they fuck up, they could be in a lot of trouble.
Hey, I got somebody talking. Hold on a second.
You got what? See, guys, those of you listening in, yeah, this is my Saturday. Right? Yeah.
Oh, quit being a weenie.
Actually, I wouldn't trade it for shit. I love it. The fact that you're all fired up and shit, I kind of like because deep down inside, I am a shit stirrer.
Oh, you are. You are the stick.
So
You're buried in the shit.
I do like steering the shit.
Yeah. Well,
You can
we
blame it
figured
on
out
the
like
army because when I
that
was in the Gulf, you know what I had to do a lot?
stir the shit
Stir shit.
with some diesel.
Oh yeah, a little bit of diesel, a little bit of gasoline to get it going. Stand there with a big aluminum pipe and stir some shit. Don't take the woolly away. See, you got fans. They're looking out for you. They're like, hey, don't take
Yeah,
that woolly mammoth away.
because the audience likes me more than any of your other players.
You're the only one they know except BRC.
If they knew all of them, they'd still like me more.
I don't know.
Bruce
The
was
the
wearing
berserker's kind of charismatic.
Bruce Lombardo was wearing my Lord Humongous shirt the other day.
Well, I mean, Bruce is the bro. What are
He
you
bought
trying to
that
do?
shirt of my head on Lord Humongous's body, and he said he was telling me he was on a stream. I was on a stream earlier. He was like, "Yeah, I was wearing my Lord Humongous shirt yesterday, and some girl asked me who that was on his shirt on my shirt, and I was like, that's your daddy."
I mean, yeah, Bruce is a kind of a Chad bro. I mean, you're not hearing me talk any shit about Bruce. It's unfortunate that he plays his Pathfinder game for like 20 hours every Saturday. So we never get to see him. And by the time he gets done with the Pathfinder game late tonight, he'll be on with Kai. And
He
Kai,
hopped in. He hopped into our stream last week and into our Discord and listened to us play for a few.
yeah, for a minute, I kind of was like, I wonder if he's going to stay. And then he didn't. I was like, huh, kind of wish he had. He didn't have to say anything, but he could have. And he could have listened to you guys basically trying to hump a greased football.
Not me.
Not you.
I'm really digging the Neverwinter Nights campaign.
Oh, the flan setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works perfect with Hyperborea, though, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's why I said I liked it.
I mean, that's the
I
next
knew
thing.
what it was. I knew what it was as soon as we got there. I was like, wait a minute.
I figured you would, being that I think it's actually still on your computer.
It is.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm pretty sure my brother is gonna, you know. Saw Shadow pop in earlier, said hi. I wonder where he went. Probably out in the yard fighting off coyotes, I'd say.
Yeah, up in the desert, in the high desert.
Up in
Desert's
the
like,
high desert,
the
beefing
desert's
it
like, I
out with
don't
the
even.
coyotes.
Desert's all like, I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, that desert's really high.
You can play an otter in Operation Unfathomable.
What is Operation Unfathomable?
I don't know, but apparently Steve said you can play an otter.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm wanting to know because
Shadow's still here. I don't know why he's not on the video.
he's probably writing or working on something.
Get into gay midget porn.
Uh, no, no, he'd probably be a lot more popular as a writer if he did that. Except instead of gay midget porn, if he made it like about a woman who falls in love with like some kind of mythological creature like a leprechaun, and then goes into detail about how the leprechaun pulls her hair and chokes her while he's like taking her from behind or some shit. He'd be right up there with Morning Glory Milk Farm. And then he could call it something like hitting the pot of gold or something like that.
He
And then he
found
could
by
make like the female heroine, if you can even call it that, um, have like blonde hair, right?
and the name of the book could be called He Found My Pot of Gold.
Oh, that's even better. The leprechaun that found her pot of gold. Oh yeah. See, God freaking forgive me for being a horrible human being. See, Shadow, that's the story you need to run with. Get AI to write it for you, then
I
put it
was
on
actually
Amazon and profit.
I was actually thinking about having AI write that book and putting it on Amazon for profit.
You do it too, then. I mean, they can have multiple leprechauns out there, right? Finding pots of gold, right?
The little leprechaun named Patty O'Shea.
Yeah, little leprechaun, Patty O'Shea. He's just out there walking around, and next thing you know, he finds this blonde chick. That's
Been
actually
over been
you
over
got you
picking
got you got to go into detail about how she's a natural blonde, like the curtains match the drapes and all that.
He's been over picking a wildflower and the little leprechaun couldn't help himself.
Right. And then you got to spend half of the book, even though they're doing all kinds of nasty shit, with her questioning whether she should be or not.
And he sprayed his lucky charms all over my neck.
Bong.
That's horrible.
Hey, it's horrible that there's a market for that. That's what's horrible. Every time I read about like the top female books, I'm just like, what has happened?
There's
You
too many
know,
struggle cuddles in their fantasies.
yeah, it's like, what has happened? It's like, well, I posted the meme and it's like the four big things that women romance about is like either getting effed over by the government, effed over by a monster, effed over by a billionaire, but it's all about them being completely effed over by something.
Did you see that meme I sent you on Facebook Messenger the other day? Is
What's up,
one
Chad?
too many? Heretics, yes. Suicidal charges, no. And it's Krieg.
Yeah, it's the deathcore guy, and it's like, so how many is too many? Is four too many or something?
Shouldn't you guys be in confession right now?
Yeah.
Well, we're working for next week, actually.
Oh, I see. You just got back and you got to just start right in. I
Hey,
see.
I bet you if I talked to Father Nectarius, he'd probably be like, dude, you're so right. With a thick Russian accent. because his actual name's Ivan. But still, I can't help it, man. I look at society and I'm just like, how did this become a thing? But it always has been a thing, because even back in like our mom's generation, they were watching or reading, I mean, those Fabio books or whatever. And every one of those Fabio books has to do with a bad boy that she knows she shouldn't sleep with, and then eventually she sleeps with him, not necessarily willingly, but then she falls in love. It is just
I
the
wouldn't
fact that
know.
for whatever reason, a lot of chicks have this weird, great fantasy thing going on, and it's like
They need to get their asses in church.
they need to do something.
Yeah, no, repeal the 19th.
I say that, and my wife always looks at me like, "Stop trolling," and I always like say, "Okay, baby, I'm not trolling." You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
I'm not trolling when I say it. Repeal the 19th.
it's like, yeah, okay, baby, I love you. She's in the kitchen. She made like homemade stuff for breakfast. She's getting ready to make homemade meatloaf with all the sides. I need to be nice to her. I'll never find another one as good. You know what I mean? But
Mine
Gonna
would be
take your
home.
word on that. Never met her, but I assume you have fantastic taste. That
You
works.
should.
but I
Uh,
wouldn't.
third time's a charm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he's not wrong, so I can't even yell at him and be like, "Damn, bro." I mean, it is what it is.
What
But
do you mean?
third time is a charm for me.
Mhm.
I had to marry a couple evil redheaded bitches first. I even went down your path one time almost, kinda.
What was that?
Married a Latina,
Oh, yeah.
except mine was Puerto Rican.
They're all crazy.
Red-headed Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking, but
I like to live dangerously, after spending close to it, however long in the Gulf, just normal shit won't do anymore. I need to feel like I could die at any minute. Otherwise, I just can't get excited.
well, I guess
There
you
was a
chose
meme,
wisely, but you didn't die, so that's a
right?
bonus.
There's a meme on Facebook that popped up, and it's like, in the future, AI girl or robot girlfriends can be programmed to get a knife and kill you. And some guy responded back, so pretty much like real girlfriends, then, huh? And he
Mhm.
posted
And it's true.
laughing, like,
Yeah, people are
that's
like, you're going to trust your AI, your robot girlfriend when somebody can hack its system and make it get a knife and kill you? And like, yeah, what's the difference between that and a real woman?
it.
Less
Right.
bitching. Less bitching.
Like, wow. All right.
It's like my T-shirt. If you had to pick between a robot or a liberal woman to date, what color hair would your robot have?
Well, yeah, that's just a given, though.
Right? Um,
If it were a robot, I would go with some weird color, like, I don't know, iridescent pink or something.
Mine would look like Joy from Blade Runner.
Oh well, Joy, who what's her name is absolutely beautiful. It is hard to argue with that.
And a Aramis.
Yeah, Diarmis, she is an absolutely beautiful woman.
I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word for it.
You haven't watched the new Blade Runner though, have you?
No, I have not.
Because
Well,
you
you have
need
all those computers. Google it, dork.
Yeah,
I think I've
I
even told you you should watch the new Blade Runner. It is actually really good.
yeah, I probably should, but
And then you're like, huh. And then I think I've reminded you, Shadow, that honestly, I think the new Blade Runner may be better than the original.
That and the girl
mm,
from True Detective, Woody's girlfriend.
Was that her?
No, but that girl's finer than frog hair.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to be like, it didn't look like her, but I mean, I don't know.
so what you working on, James?
I am painting buildings.
Similar to what I'm doing, I guess. I'm
Well,
working on Dungeons and Lasers terrain. Excuse me. Um,
nice. What kind of
just cutting
terrain?
it out and
Filled
trying to
with sci-fi
organize it.
stuff?
No, it's the set I'm working on right now is trying to organize the demonic caves pre-painted stuff. Trying
Ah,
to figure out. I got these really cool doors that open and close,
very nice.
but I've got some other doors here that I'm not exactly sure which pieces go where, and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm trying to like fit it in these storage containers because I am just running out of freaking room for everything. And I've
Hey,
got,
James Lowry.
hey, what's up?
Big
I've got
James.
so much. I got a bunch more stuff coming later in the year from like 2 years ago, and
Hey, this is almost like a freaking reunion show.
I'm getting ready to bounce off though.
Yeah, but I mean, me and Shadow,
Yeah, I gotta go get
Shadow and I,
everything. I gotta go cut
together
onions.
again. Ain't it great to be together again?
Gotta cut onions and peppers and all that stuff.
I'm a huge fan of the Muppets.
Yes.
It's time to start. It's
I
time
mean,
to.
I really can't imagine anybody we know going, "Oh, I freaking hate those guys, freaking puppets." You know what I
You
mean,
know,
right?
and my favorite Muppets are Waldorf and freaking what's his name?
The old bastards hanging up in the
Yeah, one's Waldorf
bucket.
and the other one's
Astoria.
it's not a story, I don't think though. Up, I have summoned Paul. 24
Well,
heard in the original, out of your mind. Serviceable sequel. Drags about 20 minutes too long, like Heat. Just a little on the
I
flabby
couldn't
side.
stand Heat. I I'm not a Pacino or a De Niro fan.
but I am a Val
I
Kilmer fan.
The
I don't
shootout
know
in
why.
Heat with Val Kilmer was freaking where he's running down the road with the little M4,
Yeah.
lighting people up and shit. That was pretty wild. PB, I am going to graciously disagree and say, hey, I understand nostalgia's a bitch. It's why I do half of what I do in my life. But every now and then, you just got to open your eyes and look at something and realize that no, the new
Yeah,
thing is
but
actually
James, you guys got to remember that James is a weirdo. He likes the original Blade Runner without Harrison Ford's voiceover.
yeah. I don't like the monologue.
I love the monologue.
Yeah, sushi, code fish. That's what my wife called me. Shut the fuck up.
That
No one
shit was
cares.
awesome.
No
I
one cares.
cared. I cared. So someone cared. So yeah.
Let me
Hmm,
tell you, when I watched the original Blade Runner, I was rooting for Leon to crush Deckard's head.
I was rooting for
really?
Of course,
I was rooting for Riker Howard.
Why?
because the replicants are the good guys in the story.
I kind of understand that, but there comes a point where uh, I'm sure there were some laws broken by the replicants
Oh yeah, they
that would warrant
hijacked the shuttle. They killed 37 people on board.
They didn't
that
want to
that
die.
warrant.
And swam
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
I get
coast.
that. I get all that, but um, At some point they have to or would need to be apprehended and dealt with.
You
Here's the
know
thing.
what? I have to agree with my brother on this. The replicants were not the bad guys. They were not good guys.
Well,
But
they
if
were
you look
made.
at their point of view, yeah, they've been used as slaves and now they just get to die.
Yep.
There's nothing they could do to alter that.
There
No.
is nothing they
But,
can do. That makes it
but
even sadder.
so why not get a little
Yeah.
revenge on the bastards?
Uh, well, because then they prove by doing that they prove why they should not be given full lifespans and why they should be treated the way they are. Because given a chance, they wouldn't do the right thing and just go
Well,
through
they
legal
didn't
channels
have
or do something
lifespans
other
in the
than
original because when they had longer lifespans, they developed memories and personalities, and then they didn't want to be slaves. So as
uh-huh.
a result, they made them have 4 year lifespans.
Hmm. I mean, everybody's a bad guy, in the situation. That's the problem. But, are you going to just embrace it or try to fix it?
Well,
Embrace
you're
it.
you're 100% right. This we are talking about a dystopian future. It's not like there's going to be a paladin hanging out on the corner waiting to paladin. Um, but
Mhm.
here goes another thing. And Paul, put this in your pipe and smoke it. Ryan Gosling plays a better Blade Runner than freaking Ford
Harrison
ever
Ford.
wishes he could be. Harrison Ford can play Harrison Ford and nothing else. I mean, really, was Deckard really much different than Han Solo? No,
Oh, yeah, very much so.
no.
I
Same
think
guy.
so. I can see why you say that. Uh, but I think Solo was a scoundrel through and through.
I'm just
Decker
saying,
was
in
a
the
company
way
guy.
he acted is
Yeah, I mean, he can
like
only,
if you look
so
at
he's got a
what's
range.
his name, Gary Oldman. That dude is a different person in
Right,
every
Paul,
movie.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Gary Oldman.
Hmm.
You can watch 10 Gary Oldman movies, and all 10 of them will be different.
And you might
I,
not
I,
even know it's him. Take care, Hungar. Good seeing you again, even if it was just in spirit.
So, yeah, a huge fan of Mr. Sir Gary Oldman, John Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg. That's my favorite role he's in, honestly. I love it.
Honestly, I think my favorite was Commissioner Gordon. He was like excellent, absolutely perfect. Not trying to be over the top or anything like that. He played the guy like like he was meant to be played.
And that is why I love Gary Oldman as an actor, because it's like he can play anything, no matter how boring or over the top it is. Because okay, look at your Commissioner Gordon. He's like a down to earth, he's doing his thing, right?
Hmm.
Compare him then with Zorg from the Fifth Element. He's so fucking over the top.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's the same
That's
guy,
what
man.
that's what the
He can
role
just
called
turn that
for, and
shit on.
yeah, I was thinking in Dracula too. I didn't like him there because I hated that fucking movie because that was, I mean, okay, all they had to do to make that movie perfectly acceptable was take Bram Stoker's name the fuck off it because that was nothing like the book. And if you're going to put the name like that, you're implying that hey, this is just like the book. No, this is fucking nothing like the book, right?
Oh yeah, True Romance when he played the white Jamaican Drexel
I never
Spivey.
seen that.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, and also in the Professional when he plays the like coked up FBI agent or whatever he is. Everyone. I mean, yeah, Gary Oldman. He's a great actor. Now, better actor than Harrison Ford. We're really setting the bar high, aren't we? The guy's sleepwalking through half his roles. True, that's true. And
I don't think
think
Slept Walk through Empire.
I think, hear me out, guys. just hear me out for a second.
Mhm.
Maybe one of the reasons I really like 2049 so much is because the acting in it was amazing. Whether you're talking about Ryan Gosling or the chick who played the police commissioner, I always forget her name, but she's famous. She's been in a shit ton of movies. Love, the other Nexus 9 or whatever the hell she was. It's like,
Thanks, Steven.
you know,
Hey, I mean,
just like the
if you're
acting was
gonna,
so good.
can you hear the boy? Um,
Oh, is he in the shower?
to me, it's like with Dracula. It's like they thought for some reason the movie with just the title Dracula wasn't enough. I mean, come on, it's fucking Dracula. I mean, look at the shitty Dracula movies that have existed. What's one more, right? Nobody's gonna complain.
You know
But
what I didn't
that would
like
happen to
about it?
be like,
They tried to make it all
pardon?
like super erotic and shit like that.
I don't care what they were trying to do, because they weren't trying to make it Bram Stoker's Dracula. They're trying to like make it freaking what's his name? The guy who did Nightmare Before Christmas and Beetlejuice and
Oh well.
uh,
I've
right?
crossed oceans of time for you. You crazy. You know you could have just called.
I can't remember his name. What the fuck? Uh,
You're talking about damn it. Now I
right?
forgot.
Batman,
I know who you're talking about. Bert.
Beetlejuice, Tim Burton. Yeah, it came across like a Tim Burton movie. Maybe it was. I don't know. I watched it once and went, "This ain't
No, I
fucking
think it was
Dracula.
like
This
it
is
was
something
one of
else."
the big guys. It was like
Mhm.
the
The
director
Dracula with
really
Christopher Lee was closer to Bram Stoker's, and for decades, thank you,
Tim
for
Burton, yeah.
decades, people were perfectly content to take a freaking awesome book or a book they liked and try to do a one for one or as close to an adaptation from book to cinema, without butchering the shit out of it and making it their own, or making it something completely different. I guess you didn't really like it. You like parts of it, just enough to steal from it, but not enough to freaking honor it. I don't know. Hollywood sucks, and I hate fucking everything about it.
Yeah, I'd agree, Paul. That was not, and I am overall a Keanu Reeves fan,
Oh,
but generally only when he's not talking. So if you take a movie like John Wick, where he's got like 30 lines, but he runs around killing a shit ton of people, he's excellent in that. But any kind of movie where he actually has to have emotions and stuff, it's like, nah, nah. And Winona Ryder is just insane. That woman, I don't even know what her problem is.
vast amounts of cocaine and no accountability.
Yeah, she couldn't act her way out of a freaking Ziploc bag.
Hey,
Hey,
Hey.
Timmy, what's happening, man?
not much.
Why?
I mean, I have a game tonight, but otherwise, not much.
Well,
I'm just
I
fucking with
mean,
you, man.
Not to mention, I'm getting a new headset tomorrow, so I'll be happy about that.
who are
Good for
you
you,
gaming
man.
with tonight?
That's the Brazilian friends won the White Wolf game.
Oh, the White Wolf game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hey,
A lot
what?
of Brazilians running games, I've noticed.
Yeah, actually, they're not much into the old school D&D. They're more into other games like Call of Cthulhu or White Wolf.
I have
Hey,
noticed
whatever it
that
takes, man.
the Brazilians that I've ran into, that is exactly true. It's like if you want to play Rollmaster, yeah, look at the Brazilians. If you like,
What the
they
fuck
just
is
are into
this?
some of the older, crunchier stuff, man,
Yep.
Well, I look for part of the bridge.
which is
Yeah.
fine, you know. But
Hey James, has Shadow told you about the Tuesday game and what happened in that?
Dude, you got to admit, dude, I freaking came up with the greatest idea of all time.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it. Last time Shadow and I were
Dude,
online,
Bloodworth was beside himself, and
Oh,
he knew he had to jump on it because he would never see it happen again. And this guy, just saying.
all right, well, good.
we had to fight a Draco Lich, James, and guess who didn't survive even getting to the first round?
You?
Yeah, my magic user got instantly vaporized, basically.
It happens.
Oh, I know. I was a magic user with like 13 HP. And the Draco Lich had like initiative on us. So once
Yeah,
it
the
used its
mage in my party went to -7 after getting hit by a knoll with a footman's flow.
I was at 9 HP when it attacked me. Guess what I had after that?
Um, Hemorrhoids.
Negative 19 HP. So
Ah.
some hemorrhoids.
Fucking James. That was uncalled for.
Hemorrhoids would have
Unexpected,
been a
uncalled
nice
for.
thing there.
I mean,
If
he's
only
talking
had
about
Okay.
fucking being a pain in the ass. I'm just like helping him out. Yeah.
Okay, Timmy, tell the story. What happened next?
After that, was it you that used that one item that the that the DM gave us that was basically a sanctuary
No,
protector?
you can fast forward that part. Come on, the good
That
part.
was the cleric. Oh yeah, the cleric used that item. Brought everybody else back up because most of our team was either knocked out or dead at that point.
Right.
And then we just like had to go across the water where there was a giant snapping turtle. He, I think, threw something to distract the snapping turtle. Was that it?
My idea was this: we were being basically chased by a freaking giant, Dracolich, and on the other side was a giant snapping turtle. And my idea was let's get them to fight each other instead of us, and we just
Yeah.
watched.
Yeah, as soon as the rest of the team got across that water, they watched basically a giant snapping turtle kill a Draco Lich.
It was it was Gamera versus freaking undead Godzilla. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gamera versus Godzilla, right? Yeah.
undead Godzilla.
I mean, how many times does that actually work? Where you got two monsters that want to kill you, and then you get them to do the freaking 20,000 years BC freaking It-
It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's interesting.
although you know what, in retrospect, I kind of think that the guy who designed the dungeon kind of wanted that to happen. If you
Yeah,
think about it.
Well, it was probably an option.
yeah, maybe an option. I
Mhm.
could see it.
Steve says he got smoked by a black dragon in Dragonlance.
That can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh well, that
I,
just
I
means
was
I get to.
really I was really thinking we were going to have a TPK that
Yeah,
night,
I know.
and then there would be no reason to freaking finish, make up new characters whatsoever because the
Yeah.
game's going to end in 2 months anyways. And I'm like, oh, dude,
It's like, it would have sucked, but it could have happened, but it didn't. Our cleric pulled a fast one on the DM and saved most of our hides.
That
They're
sounds
still
just
saving
like
me.
a good idea.
Yep.
That's what
yeah,
that
sorry
sounds
about that, Timmy, because we really need a magic abuser. We really do.
a magic
I get
abuser.
it. I'm sorry I couldn't survive much longer. I didn't expect to be instant hit by a Draco Lich.
That's what I was thinking, Stephen. I mean, we don't have a full complement. We should have six regular players at all time, and one of them is a monk, which kind of throws
The
the
dynamic apart.
your usual shit off. We've got a cleric,
The
we've
monk's
got a
good,
fighter.
though.
Yeah, monk.
I mean,
A
extra
druid would have been
healing.
better.
Yeah, you're true, but I'm not going to complain about having a little bit extra healing with that guy.
Yeah, but he's also the guy who's almost never there, and
Yeah,
then
I
the other
know
guy
that is a
bounce.
thing.
Let's be honest.
I
You
mean,
would be better off with literally almost anything than a monk.
True.
that's kind of my point. And what we really need is if you're going to go like secondary healer, go druid so you can actually do something else of use from
Yeah.
time to time because we do a lot of overland adventuring.
Yeah, a little
Uh,
entangling, a little summoning some monsters, something.
Obscurement, fog cloud, whatever they call it,
Yeah,
occasional healing, speaking with the monsters or the
some good
animals.
berries.
You're right. Um,
I'm I'm sorry I can't make
as it is, as it
user.
is, like as it is, I'm playing an assassin, which is not a frontline fighter. And where do I always end up, Timmy?
Frontline fighting. Kind of. Maybe
Well, I
that's
Hmm.
mean,
a good reason for me to be a fighter now.
Yeah, maybe I'll actually get to do. I think I've done like two backstabs in the entire game. Play a monk in Boot Hill. Nice. Kwai Chang
among
Kang.
among and Boot Hill, Kane. Yeah, he's got tattoos on his forearms. He's running from the Imperial Chinese government.
Now, James, my
Yeah,
next character in that game, though, since I've lost my current one,
Yeah,
I'm gonna remake my character from my fighter from Bobo's game that I only got to play once. So it's gonna be the return of the Boulder.
I'm thinking the return of the Mac. I know you don't get that, but
No,
you know,
but soon the Boulder.
return of the Mac. Anyway,
I think it'll be fun
Return of the Suck.
playing my fighter.
I'm feeling musical. It was like a rhythm and blues kind of thing back in the day.
Now, now I'm thinking about it, though, since it is a different whole reality, I could change some things about the Boulder. One,
You
should
could.
I really make him a dwarf or make him a human?
I always say human, but I mean it depends on the game you're playing. Like in the game I run, I would say definitely human.
I'm thinking about human just for the movement speed, but the dwarf does have that con bonus.
Yeah, see, in the game I run, dwarves don't get a con bonus. And a lot of times they have like twisted legs and they only have females and they appear like when a maggot somehow digs its way up from the heart of the earth and then like pupates into a dwarf. And they're ugly, twisted little bastards that everyone hates, pretty much.
We're playing
So,
a fantasy
something
setting,
like that is what I'm thinking.
a normal fantasy setting where the dwarves aren't evil, horrendous monsters.
Yeah, but in Hyperborea they are. And not only
Yeah,
that, but they have a tendency to try to, grape anyone they encounter. They're definitely evil. The only good thing is that typically they're like way deep underground. Typically. But that's because in Hyperborea they're using actual Norse dwarves. And they're not good guys. So, yeah.
At least I did get to have a little bit of fun as a magic user. You know,
Yeah,
thinking
it'll be
cloud,
fun getting
magic
cooked by a
missile.
dragon.
yeah, dude. Uh, I'm grateful for you being in that game because uh, I like never used to use or even contemplate Stinking Cloud, and seeing what you were able to do with it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to give that a little more thought
It's a
from
very
now
useful
on.
spell, especially in that version of the game.
Oh, Stinking Cloud can be a game changer, especially if you're fighting like a horde of monsters.
Oh yeah, yeah. They get to just either try to get out or they just sit there and
Choke
Throw
and
up
get
and die.
penalties and shit. I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
you can terrify some shit with a well placed Stinking Cloud.
And it also making me rethink good old fashioned troglodytes.
Well, my group fought some troglodytes. Of course, as is typical with my group, they all failed their saves. They were not happy. Because
Yeah,
you're trying to
it's
fight a troglodyte while you're puking and crying, and so you get all these penalties and everything, and it's just like, yeah, I mean,
Oh, never mind. I'm not playing tonight.
oh,
Team
got the
got sick.
message. So
sorry, Timmy.
Uh,
I'm super kind of stoked, Tim, because like a month ago, I ordered all of the improved pieces to my Agricola game, and they all finally came in.
that's
To your
nice.
what game?
Agricola.
Agricola. Or, yeah,
So
Agricola.
instead of little wooden meeples for sheep, I have little miniature white fluffy sheep and
Okay.
little pink pigs and little, you know, it doesn't change the game. It's just the like really updated, better playing pieces.
Just change the feel of the theme.
Like
I
instead of
really
little
don't.
wooden
I can't.
sticks for fences, I have actual fences.
Okay. Yeah, I can never get into certain games that were, like that, where it's just a token or something, something boring like that. Uh, cubes and shit like that. It's like, yeah, I'm
I
far
love the
too
game.
reliant on visual stimuli when I'm playing a game.
I love the game, and that is why I actually paid to get the premium pieces
I
because I
used
love
to
the
work
game so
for the
much.
company uh, uh, Pewtercraft when they were making the metal anti-aircraft guns and some other like newfangled additions to
Oh,
Axis and
Axis and
Allies.
Allies.
Yeah, yeah. I was working in a different department. Uh, their sci-fi game, Galactic Tactic, um, but I mean, it was a long time ago. It was 35 years ago. But I could get into that more than like Risk, where it was just numbers. It's just like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but I think you and I had to go round and round already one time because of your kind of misunderstanding of how exactly infantry works in Axis and Allies.
Yeah, I just hate one in six odds.
Well, then I don't know if you would ever want to play Arkham Horror because most of your skills when you make a starting character in that game, 1 in 6 odds. Of course,
Yeah, that.
as you play, you can lower the skill numbers and actually make the characters.
Yeah, I heard you talking
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I don't know if I'll ever play it. Probably at some point we'll get a game in, but I can tell you right now, my niece bought it for me, and I am just so impressed with like just the quality, the content that comes in the box is amazing. It's like you get this little starting adventure, and it literally comes with like 4 or 5 poster sized maps, counters for everything in the adventure, puzzles, shit tons of handouts. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
like so it's like the box set is in itself like really its own freaking it's an event. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's not just so much okay, let's sit down and play a game. It's like this is a whole event. There's things that are going to happen in this game that will probably never happen again in any game you play. And so yeah, I dig it. And the rules I like quite a bit. It's got a good set of rules. But it's made by Asmodee, who owns a shit ton of non-gaming stuff in Europe, but they also own like Edge and a bunch of other stuff that's game related. So
Oh,
Here
I
we
did it.
go.
Oh man, that was a pain in the ass. No
Here
fun
we go.
whatsoever.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Hey, you ever seen this before?
Um, no, I have not. Sigmarite
Collectible.
Mosalim. I surely have not, sir.
Check
All the
that shit
Mosalims
out. I don't know
I
if you've
have
seen that.
are from Reaper.
Check that shit out.
That
That
is
was like cool.
insane.
I've been getting into this game called uh, Gothic Horror Vampire Wars.
Really?
Yeah, it's a skirmish old war game. West Wind and who's the other guys? Old Glory, I think, worked and put it out and stuff like that. And it's got all kinds of different characters that you can have as part of your squad or whatever. Sherlock Holmes, Van Helsing, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Wolfman, mummies, all kinds of shit. Transylvanian freaking terrorists and just all kinds of crazy shit. Uh,
All right.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
awesome.
it's kind of like one of those games, and I got this, I got this from Rob Oren, from Rob's Tabletop World. I bought a bunch of stuff of his. He was doing these charity auctions, and I got like a crap ton of uh, Kill Team stuff that I was thinking, maybe me and the boy will try that out, right? And that never happened. But this was in there, and I've been hanging on to this for like 5 years, maybe less, maybe only about 4 years. But
Well,
I priced out everything that I got from him, and this cost me like maybe $40, maybe $50. I looked it up online this morning because I was thinking, you know what, maybe I'll get another one so I can make it a bigger battlefield. You know, 250 freaking bucks, brand new for this thing. I mean, of course, it's Games Workshop, but I mean, it's got just a crap ton of graveyardy shit to just do up your battlefield.
yeah,
And
that'd be really cool if you're playing like, anything really. I mean, you can always use a badass graveyard.
I realize it's what it's just about June. Be June tomorrow, right?
I think so.
No, I think
June.
it's June on Monday, right?
Okay. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
we've
Monday.
got June, July, August, and September rolls around, and this channel we do Halloween for like 3 months. Gothic horror, movie monsters, all that shit because it's September, October, November works, and then as soon as December hits, it's all Christmassy shit. So I'm gonna milk it for 3 months doing uh, all kinds of Gothic horror,
Spooky stuff.
Ravenloft, shit like that. Um, and I'm like, okay, it's time to break this thing out and see what I can do with it. Of course, I'll make some other battlefield stuff, hills and grave markers and things like that, as some of the crafts will do here. But this thing looks really freaking impressive. Uh,
It does.
I I I want to open it right freaking now and just look at the pieces, but I'm like, if you could see my table, you'd be like, no, Shadow, you can't. You just clean that place up. You clean that place up now, fucker.
That's my table.
Yeah, I do have a little more space on my table, but I can actually measure it. It's 10 by 15 inches of square space. Actually, let's say 12 by 13 inches that is not covered in shit that I can actually like work on and put my rest my forearms when I'm cutting, clipping, painting, that kind of crap. I could probably get a few more square inches of table space, but uh, I'm not that optimistic just yet.
Well, my big thing right now for today is to finish these buildings up because they're actually going to be maybe important for tonight. Uh, Mainly because they're going to set the boundaries of the battlefields.
Hmm.
Since the party is in the city of Flan, they're pretty much weaving down roads in between old buildings. So I'll
So,
set the buildings up around the outside of the
so the
battle.
city is famous for Mexican pudding.
Um, yeah, I know that's kind of a thing that people say. I don't know why they named it that.
And Stephen, I can't do a 3D printer here. The fumes, the chemicals, the noise, the smell would drive the wife into the hospital. So we're not doing that. But if you've got a 3D printer and you want to start printing me off some stuff, just let me know, man.
I'll tell you what, if I ever get into 3D printing again, I am definitely looking at filament, filament
Yeah, I
printing.
think
Really
that
over resin?
Yep.
that- for
Well, I
printing money
currently have
better.
3 resin printers in my
Printers
garage. I haven't used them in 3 or 4 months.
for filament's
Hmm.
better for like bigger stuff
If you
than
want to make
Sure, sure, sure.
buildings and stuff like this here, this giant keg rack,
Hmm.
that's filament. All these buildings I'm painting are filament. But not only that, they're some of these new filament printers that they've come out
is
with
that a filament printer job there?
can
Yeah,
actually, yeah, yeah, I've got that plasma gun too. Mine's
it's
painted
fucking
different,
awesome.
but I've got that plasma gun.
I
Um,
I I wanted a freaking Eldar Shuriken pistol.
yeah,
Uh, Etsy. I've been getting stuff from Etsy, but I can't find one. I can find all the freaking plasma bolters, etc., but I cannot find a freaking single Eldar weapon at all
have you
on
checked the gay
any.
bars near you?
No, why would I do that?
Because you're looking for elder stuff. Look, you had to know. If you're going to bring Eldar shit up in my chat, I'm going to take the piss out of you.
Eldar are freaking awesome.
Eldar are not. They're not
How do
awesome.
you figure?
They're lame.
Tau best
How do
fact
you
check.
figure?
I mean,
How do you,
where do you want me to start? On their personality, on like their achievements in life? I mean, what?
yeah, their technology is freaking stellar. They were around before humanity was freaking you know even a thing.
They created a
Which means
demon because of how effed up they are.
yeah, but not all of them.
Enough of them.
Maybe
It destroyed their entire empire.
I understand that, but not all of them are responsible. And I'm sure there's some really good ones out there trying to fix things. And if anybody
Doubtful.
could fix it, it will be them. Because
Doubtful.
the emperor hasn't done dick. As a
The
matter of
emperor
fact, all
has
he's
done
done.
everything.
What do you mean he's a freaking psychic vampire?
Yep. And because of him, human ships can traverse the universe pretty much at will from anywhere to anywhere.
So it's okay when humans make a demon, but it's not okay when the Eldar make a demon. I got you.
Well, he's not a demon. He's
Not yet.
practically a demigod. The
Yeah.
Eldar specifically created Slanesh, she who thirsts.
Mhm, mhm.
The worst of the 4 chaos powers, in my opinion.
I
Because
don't know, man. Nurgle's pretty disgusting.
look, Nurgle gives you disease and makes you want to be all narcissistic, right? Or whatever.
Mhm.
Not narcissistic, the other one.
Hedonistic.
Not hedonistic, that's Slanesh. Nurgle just
Even
makes you want to be like,
Oh,
everything sucks.
The slothful.
So I'm just going to embrace the fact that everything
Yeah,
sucks.
he's the Lord of Sloth and uh, putrescence.
Right.
Steven says orc boys.
Well,
Yeah,
orcs, yeah.
can't stand what they did to orcs. Orcs used to be terrifying and the thing of nightmares. Now they're a cosmic joke.
So I don't know. I like some of the orc boys, the ones that work for the Empire. I
What
mean,
would that be?
blood
What the hell
axes.
were those? Is that what it was? Okay.
Yep. The blood axe orcs, which none of the other orc tribes like, have been known on occasion to sell themselves out as mercenaries for the Imperium. Usually not for
Hmm.
money or anything, usually for equipment, which is why, like
Yeah,
in the old days, if you were playing a blood axe army, you could field Imperial vehicles.
yeah. Rhinos and other things like
Rhinos
that.
and
Predator.
lemon roosts and all that shit. Just be running
Yeah.
around. Also, the blood axes are the only orc boys that are smart enough to realize that camouflage is a thing and it works.
Well, yeah.
And what's the other also? Oh, they have the highest propensity for stormtroopers. You know, guys who use jetpacks and shit to get on your ass. Yeah, blood angels are my go-to always and always have been. Like I always say, I've got my Sanguinius looking down on me from my shelf right now. I've got my massive Blood Angel army that's made up of like nothing but Mark 3, 4, and 5 armor. I don't even use
I'm still
shit.
working on my Gray Knights here.
Grey Knights are cool. Grey Knights are
They're
pretty
the
cool.
best of all the Space Marines. They're the top of the heap.
Yeah, you know they recruit from all the other chapters, right?
Right. They're yeah.
They're
They're the
not
best
like
of the best of the best.
they're
So
not like actually a chapter. They recruit.
no. They're literally the absolute apogee of all them. Period. You know.
Yeah, but
I don't think you can actually
I'm not
run an
going to
entire
disagree
army of them,
about
can you?
Grey Knights. Grey Knights are pretty badass. Eldar though, Eldar just suck. They everything they've ever done historically in the game has sucked.
Yeah.
Like if
Well,
you read the lore, literally every Eldar thing sucks. They do nothing
right.
good.
That wasn't always the case. Back in the day, they were awesome.
Now, occasionally they will ally with the Empire to like defeat a bigger problem, but
Hmm.
also occasionally, even after they've allied with the Empire, they'll try to sneak away or make sure the Imperium suffers the majority of the casualties because they do not give a shit about humans in the slightest. We're not even anything to them. They pretty much.
Well, you kind of got to be able to, relate to that. I mean, have you been outside lately? We suck.
Yeah, but we're not as bad as pointy eared freaking scumbags
I don't know, man.
flying through the galaxy. Can't
All I
make
can
their
say
mind
is
up.
God made them first for a reason.
Well, actually, the Slan made them first,
Uh,
and the Slan
they
made the
they they
orc.
they are pretty angelic looking. So maybe all the stories were really about them, and
Well,
you
what
know,
actually was going down, my brother, is that the Slan were getting their asses whipped by the Necrontyr,
which
and
is
they
another
decided
badass
to make
army.
some slave races to help them defeat the Necrontyr. And the orcs, Eldar, they were the ones, orcs and Eldar. And guess what?
Who
They lost.
lost?
The Slan.
Oh yeah.
They lost, and the only thing, and then the Necrontyr went on to go ahead and basically exterminate all life in the galaxy and then go to sleep. A
Yep.
space Hulk crashing into Hyperborea could absolutely happen. Another reason Hyperborea is so awesome. I mean, if you think about it, the expedition to freaking Barrier Peaks or whatever fits in Hyperborea better than it does in Greyhawk.
Um, I don't even know what to say to that.
You could say no, but I mean,
I can
Shadow,
say what comes to mind is any DM worth his salt could make anything fit with anything. The
well,
end.
I would say you're 100% right, my friend. But if you just look at the basic settings involved, yeah, a crashed spaceship in a mountain range in Hyperborea, say in the Spiral Mountains or something like that,
Well, wasn't
that
was it
that would be normal.
which of the supplements from White Box had the crash spaceship?
I don't know.
Was it Greyhawk or Blackmore? I want to say it was
I don't know.
Blackmore.
I don't know, man. You're talking
I would
about
look
shit
if
I
I
don't know
really
about.
cared. Um, but it's been part and parcel of fantasy since '72 at the bare minimum, and
Well, yeah, a certain kind of fantasy, you got to admit. It's not part
I
and
think
parcel to Tolkien style fantasy at all.
no, of course not. That's Tolkien style fantasy is uh, almost almost the cutoff point for that kind of fantasy, and from that point on, almost and maybe another couple of 20 years or so, then it was all about the new wave of fantasy with things like Elric, Fafhrd and Grey Mouser, um,
Yeah.
is some of the stuff that came out in the 50s, 60s on up was everything else.
And who do you got to thank for it?
Which we think for what aspect specifically?
All the weird fantasy spaceships.
Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna go with um, Reefer.
Who?
No, it's not a who, it's a what.
What? What?
The influx of marijuana into Western culture in general.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet you that the guys that actually started that shit were not smoking weed.
Maybe, but a lot of them I know
Moorcock
were.
may have
It
been,
was
but
Blackmore. Okay.
R.E. Howard, Lovecraft, yeah, they weren't smoking the ganja, man.
No. But they're also at the tail end of that era of fantasy.
Really?
Eh,
Lovecraft died in 1937.
Yeah,
He had been
okay, then
writing
maybe that
for
pushes
a
that
decade
could push
plus.
the Weird Tales era, if you will, the Beagle, back a little further than I was thinking. Uh,
Oh yeah, the original Weird Tales shit was like the 1920s and on. And if you go see, Lovecraft was inspired by the guy who wrote the Yellow King book, uh,
Chambers,
Chambers. That book was
you got the
released in
copy right here.
1800 something.
Right. Yeah, but
So, and then Lord Dunsany was writing fantasy also back in like
well,
1800.
he was smoking opium, so you go. I guess.
Well, I wouldn't say it was the opium that was, inspiring him. It was just relaxing him maybe enough so that he could do the writing. Like I said, when I wrote my
Or maybe it was
games,
the absinthe.
I found that when I was on a lot of pain meds, I was writing just shit tons a day.
Yeah, I was gonna get some writing done next week. Unfortunately, the wifey's gonna be home and Jackie's graduation, so a bunch of the shit I wanted to work on is pushed back another freaking week till I can get the house like empty. Even though Jackie will be home from high school, he'll be up here in his room singing and doing his weird shit, so he won't bug me. But when the wife is home, I'm lucky I'm up here right now. She's usually got stuff she wants me to do.
Yeah, there's a thing with some women where they actually feel bad if they see their husband relaxing.
Yeah, well,
It like actually like causes some kind of mental reaction.
they need therapy.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's some women they feel that way. As long as their husband's working, they're happy. But the second he sits down, they start getting all freaked out and shit.
Yeah, that's borderline evil as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I think the person who come up with this, not them defending it because it pissed me off, but
Oh yeah,
has something to do with women like wanting to survive back in like
uh-huh.
ancient times.
Yeah. Well,
So
keeping their mouth shut is step one.
like that meme I posted, don't tempt me, bitch. Don't tempt me, bitch. My pip hand is strong and my patience is thin. So thin. So get in the kitchen and cook me some chicken. All thou dost is talk, talk, talk. Do you ever shut up? And he's like, it's like singing like a Renaissance type style.
I saw that. Yeah. What's up, Steve?
Yeah.
Uh, I saw that. I've never hit a woman in my life, and never will. Um, I
Well,
just
there
pay
were a
some
lot of
other chick to do it
paintings
for
of
me.
dudes smacking the shit out of bitches.
No, I'd rather just pay some chick to do it for me.
Oh wow. Okay. See,
That way, I get, you know,
I would never initiate violence against any woman. That said, I
hitting
believe in
folks.
equal rights and equal lefts. So if some bitch runs up and punches me, she's getting freaking an elbow right to the tits. I'll kick her so hard right in her vulva, she won't even know what to do. You like that,
That's that's
didn't you?
that's fucked up, man. No, it reminds me of something I can't talk about on
Okay, it
camera. I
depends.
heard.
It
Uh,
depends.
yeah. I just
If it's a little girl and she runs up and she's really
yeah.
small
Well, I wasn't even thinking
and she
that.
like
I was just thinking,
whatever, I'm gonna laugh at her
yeah.
and be like, whatever, get out of here, right? But if it's some big bull dyke and she throws a haymaker at me, I'm sorry, I'm dealing with that shit.
I've never been in that kind of position, and I don't think I ever will be. Uh,
Well, because you're not me.
and I'm not. I I don't know.
When you're me and you go out in the public and you talk like I do, you never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, I've said some shit. But cat fight. I just women never react like that to me. Even the scary truck driving,
Well, that's because
freaking,
you're hot
you
and
know,
they're all like trying to figure out some way to get you to, you know, touch them and
touch
their
them.
tingly bits.
Uh,
See me, I am the asshole.
I
I am the
guess
cracked mirror that reflects their own evilness right back at them. They don't like it.
they don't like it. I don't
I
think
am the
anybody would
terror
like that.
that flaps in the night.
I am the
Easy,
terror.
Darkwing.
All right.
Nice callback, Timmy.
I knew.
That was the best couple hours of music on TV.
I honestly didn't get to watch a lot of Darkwing, but for some reason I have like
A
the
little bit of it.
first 5 or 6 comic books in my collection. I have no idea where they came from. I think I was dating someone who was buying like all the Disney comics because I got some Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. I'm
Uh,
like, Or else they came from one of the collections I bought. And
And you don't
you'd be,
remember his name?
you'd be amazed how much some of that shit is
I
there.
love how you just said, that is the best. You should always do that.
Okay.
Just,
Um,
whatever, dick.
Yeah, I think the thing I used to watch more than Darkwing Duck was actually DuckTales.
Well,
I
that's
I
what I
I
was saying about the best couple hours of music. Because between DuckTales, Chippendale Rescue Ranger,
mhm.
Yeah,
Darkwing Duck,
Tailspin,
or what was the one that had
Tailspin,
Baloo flying around? Tailspin.
Tailspin.
And they all had like the catchiest freaking soundtracks.
Uh-huh. Did either of you guys grow up reading Uncle Scrooge?
No,
Like
I never read
Dell
anything.
or
No,
Dell or Key Comics.
No.
When I was a little kid, I never got the actual comic books. My parents would get these hardcover, really thick little books, like but they were reprints of the comic books, I guess. And man, the art in those was freaking amazing. You know, and
I
then the
never even
stories
knew
were
these existed, what you're talking about.
and the stories were kind of intermittently laced with not like adult content or themes, but a little bit more mature
humor.
adventure story ideas.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
Nothing sexual or anything like that.
Ah,
just
well,
just more like they were riveting as a kid. I
yeah.
absolutely freaking loved those.
all right.
Also, James, you forgot Goof Troop.
I forgot Goof Troop.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about it. They might solve a mystery or rewrite history, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't know because it's
Oh, yeah.
DuckTales.
Tails.
that was that was way better than my laugh, dude. You don't know.
You don't
You
know.
know,
You don't know.
not something tells or pirate tells, no DuckTales. Woo.
Woo.
Yeah,
Wow.
everybody liked that shit.
Nickelodeon also had some pretty good ones early on, like Cat Dog.
I,
Cat Dog
I, I I
was
think
crazy.
somewhere out there in TV land, someone is writing their dissertation on second childhoods using us as a perfect example.
Well, what happened, you see, is I met this horse little redhead, knocked her up a bunch of times, and then uh, when I come home from work because I work construction, guess what was on TV?
Kids cartoons like
And I sat
DuckTales.
down with my little maniac daughters and I watched
Mhm.
all of those shows with them, including, as much as I hated it, freaking Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
I was just gonna say the Power Rangers
Da-na-na-na-na.
was the one. I was dating this girl back in the day, and I come home and her little one was watching mostly that, um, and I'm just like, okay,
Power
all
You
Rangers
right,
know
was
what
that's what we're
really
aggravates
doing,
me
huh?
about Power Rangers?
what?
It was just freaking that animated cartoon,
Anime.
but with
Voltron.
live action
Power-
people. It was
Oh, that's
Voltron,
yeah. You're
but
thinking
with
of
live
Voltron
action kids. And I was like, why didn't they just make Voltron?
because it's a Sentai
Or
show.
the, yeah,
It's
and
a
I
live
think
action thing.
someone did make Voltron. I don't know. I'd have to go
Yeah,
look.
there's an animated version of Voltron. There's a Voltron that's animated, but
See,
Power Rangers is a
I love
Sentai.
Voltron.
Heck, they use
Dun,
a
dun,
lot of
dun,
different
dun, dun,
Sentai
dun,
shows for Power
dun.
Rangers.
And the bad guy in Voltron was like a drow elf looking dude.
You didn't like the witch
I,
that the Power Rangers had to
I
fight?
wouldn't I
They were setting
wouldn't know about
monsters.
that one, Steven. Uh, I only know that exists. I never knew anybody that gave
Yeah, it
two
seems like
shits
a
about
modern
that.
phenomena that people really like the My Little Pony stuff.
You,
I
you
find it
know, you
weird.
know why you don't know anything about it, Shadow, is because you're not a gamer like online the way I was. If you were an online gamer, there was a period of about 5 years where it didn't matter what game you were playing, you were going to hear about My Little Pony.
Yep.
There was going to be a My Little Pony guild. There was going to be
Yep.
bronies everywhere,
Oh,
constantly
oh
trying to
yeah.
convince everyone about how great My Little Pony was. It was super annoying.
It was.
Even in a game I was playing Battletech online, you had the Iridani Light Pony Brigade, and their symbol was a fucking My Little Pony, but with a mech for a cutie spot. And it was just like, I hate these guys. I really do. And they would never shut up. You'd go into any battle, anywhere, and it does the whole engines online, weapons online, sensors online. You know how it always does? And
Mhm.
as soon as it gets done loading you into the freaking multiplayer, there's 50 posts about My Little Ponies. And it's just like, I'm going to hunt these fuckers down. Unfortunately, a lot of them were way better than me. So it didn't work out that way. But, it was the worst. It was the year of the pony. It was just like, why?
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, it was
I,
online
I
everywhere.
I can't wrap my head around that. The furries, the freaking uh, some other groups that are all adjacent. I just like
Well, they're all connected together by one thing, really, and that's mental illness.
right, but
That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not a lot else to debate about it. They're a bunch of mentally ill whack jobs.
oh, excuse me, I
Like,
can't help thinking there's like what freaking demon is in charge of that? You know,
okay, it depends. In charge of what?
is it like that infection? Is it some sort of like humiliation demon that's just laughing his ass off at all these people?
Slanesh.
Uh,
Slanesh,
just
yeah,
like
right.
just giggling his ever loving mind, his ass off in his dark throne, rainbow throne, just giggling the shit all day long, watching these fucking losers doing their shit. Mostly, thank you, Steven. Okay, I and even then, I mean, can't that thing also realize that it is then in turn the most laughable, most pitiful, lamest thing in all of creation?
Oh
It's
my God,
literally at the
Shadow.
absolute bottom.
Shadow, you have missed the point. You have missed. You have flipped the or skipped the script, I should say.
Okay.
First off, when you're talking about why, there's only one reason why: to hurt God. They can't hurt God except through one way. Do you know what way that is?
Us.
Us. So no, that demon, if it's turning a bunch of people into freaking, you know, idiots, it's happy as hell, right?
Yeah, but
And you have a multitude. Now, I would have to actually crack open a book to actually see if there is a specific demon that's in charge of. Well, Belial comes to mind. Belial is the demonic prince in charge of perversion and depravity. So yeah,
well, he
Belial
nailed it. He nailed
comes
it,
to
didn't
mind.
he?
Now, when you get into the transgenderism, that would be Lilith, or some people would also know her as Ishtar, who
Banana
since the time of the
Sam.
Sumerians has been like having her priests remove their own genitals and dress like women and dance around. And then, of course, the whole abortion industry, that's Moloch,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And then, you know, Baal.
Yeah, I'm rereading Return of the Gods in my spare time, and it goes into all of that.
I'm rereading Return of the Mac. I'm sorry,
Return of the what?
Mac.
What's
It
that?
was a song from like the 80s. Return of the Mac. Oh, yeah, return of. It was just like, one of those like soul music.
I hear the
Well,
corrupted
I can
version on.
explain that to you, Stephen, if you want the simple lowdown on that, right? There's a simple lowdown. When people are always like, how do these two things ally? The thing you have to remember is the two things you're talking about, though they seem like they should never ally, they both have a common enemy, right? So Islam, whether they want to
I'll
hear
be
it or
right back.
not,
I got to take care of something. I'll be right back.
okay, Islam, they're actually Baal worshippers. And they have been since the Quraysh tribe, was worshiping Baal. Baal is their god. They do not worship an Abrahamic god, etc. Of course, you can say the same thing about modern day Judaism as well. So, Jesus Christ himself said Satan will not turn his house upon itself, right? Because a house can't stand if it's turned upon itself. Therefore, his followers will always ally with each other, no matter how stupid it seems to anyone with logic. But if you know what I just told you, if you understand what I'm telling you, all of a sudden it makes perfect sense, right? They're both just servants of the enemy going about it in a different way, you know? And so they are always going to ally with each other, always. Uh, right up until one side wins and wipes the other side out. But at that point, the demonic forces involved in the whole thing, they don't care. It's not like they like humans. So let's say the queers, the uh, trans people, the Muslims, y'all get together and eventually overthrow the kingdom on earth, right? And then the Islamists wipe out everyone else. The forces of hell will not shed a tear for those people who get wiped out because they get sent immediately to hell, which was always the goal. Always the goal. So there you go. Now you know. And this is not new. This is something that's been going on for literally thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. Nothing we're dealing with right now is new. Transgenderism is not new. It's been around, you know. The Romans outlawed it when Ishtar got started being worshipped hardcore in Rome. They called her Magna Mater, and Rome outlawed her ass. Sybil, yeah, they're like, no, we're not having that shit in Rome. So they outlawed her, but the thing is they're always there and they're always waiting. And humans, we're always because of our pridefulness. See, and most of the humans who get into that sort of shit, most people who get into that sort of shit, it really comes down to they want to do something and they know the thing they want to do is wrong, but rather than deny themselves doing the thing they know is wrong, they'll just turn on God, right? So, like, that's the thing. Homosexuals know that homosexuality is wrong. They understand that. They know. So, what do? They try to convince the rest of the world that God doesn't exist, you know? And with Judaism, and believe me, like the grumpy GM hates my freaking guts because I've pointed this out, because he's both a homosexual and Jewish somehow. I don't know how that works, but okay. Because I know when I was Jewish, there's none of that shit. But anyway, um, they have created a God without Jesus or the Holy Spirit. And that means that this supposed deity they're worshiping can't be the God of Christianity and of Abraham. Cannot be the God of Abraham under any circumstances. It cannot be. It can't be the God of Elijah. It can't be the God of Isaiah. It can't be, because in their pridefulness and their desire to not go along with God, because God did say he's going to harden their hearts and all that, they've created a new God. And who knows? Maybe one day they'll figure it out, but I don't think so. When you consider the Orthodox Jewish, I hate calling them Orthodox Jewish because they're not Orthodox at all, and not Jewish in the terms of the Bible. They invented that cult in the 1600s in Poland, which is why they dress the way they do. I've told you guys this before, right? They dress like the Polish nobility of the 1600s. And the guy who created the religion immediately renamed himself Baal, Baal, Shem Tav. So, I mean, the leader of that particular cult named himself Baal. So it is what it is. Now, a lot of people will get mad if you point these very self-evident truths out. But yeah, that's why, like, one time I remember I got into it with Max a little bit because he kept saying Judeo-Christian, and I kept saying there is no Judeo-Christian. It's not a thing. It's a term that came into use very recently, and Christianity and Judaism have nothing in common. I mean, modern Judaism, obviously.
Yeah, you're talking about the modern.
Yeah. But I mean, Timmy, since you spoke up, answer this question. Do you think Abraham was Jewish? Right. You don't know. I do know. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Abraham did not keep any of the kosher laws. He did not keep any of the laws. They didn't exist. He ate lunch in the cool of the day with 3 angels, one of which he said was God. So one thing we know is God does not appear in flesh to mortals, but who does?
Jesus.
Jesus does. So Abraham sat in the cool of the day with 2 angels and Jesus Christ and ate, and Jesus told him he would knock Sarah up and become the father of a great nation. Yeah. That's what happened there. Pretty much any time in the Bible it mentions God having a physical form on earth,
It's
it's
Jesus.
talking about the Son that proceeds forth from the Father. So again, just because you wear a yarmulke and a prayer shawl, which I used to every single day, and I still own, if you try to worship a God that doesn't have the Trinitarian nature, then yeah, you're not worshiping you're not worshiping the God. You're worshiping somebody. Now, sadly, that opinion would be considered hate speech. But, I apologize. I say that not out of hate, but if anything, out of love, because I'd like to see everybody, make it to the finish line, as it were. But,
Actually, I think the worst thing that you could do to a person is be apathetic to them.
In the
Well,
Bible,
that is
exactly what it
technically the opposite of love is apathy, not hate.
Yep.
right. Yeah. I mean, it says, pay attention to the plank in your eye, but that's about don't go yelling at your brother for shit when you've got shit going on, right? But it also says that if you see your brother in sin and you allow him to stay in sin, you become guilty of the sin. So pretty much if you see someone doing something bad and you don't say anything, or even worse still, tell them what they're doing is right, then you yourself become guilty. your obligation is to let them know what they're doing is not good.
Nice, Steven. Don't worry. You don't live in the UK. You should be fine.
Right. What's funny is there's a meme somebody sent me on Facebook, and it's like a British cop comes to America to arrest a guy. And like they're talking, and the guy's like, "But you're British," and he's like, "Yeah, but you'll have to come with me." Blah blah blah. And there's nothing
Hey,
controversial
what's up,
about
James
that.
L?
But what are you doing, James L?
Oh,
James
hey,
L hurt my
I
feelings.
just
He called me a little bitch. I was like, "Damn, bro." Of course, to be fair, in hindsight, I may have been stirring the pot. I don't know.
may have been.
I may have been.
I mean, was it a day ending in Y? Just checking, asking for a friend.
Well,
We were just here with Hungar and hey,
James
James,
L
did
is like my freaking Ryan Gosling on Brokeback Mountain. I can't quit him,
James is awesome. I just sent him a picture
even
of
though I'm not sure he exists because he claims to be from Australia. And come on, we all
what'd
know
you think,
Australia is
dude?
not real.
Is this not the freaking most freaking gothicy of gothicy shit of all time?
It's a
Yeah.
really cool thing, I think.
Dude, I so want to open it. I don't think I'm going to make it through the day without opening it just to look at it.
I don't know how
Uh,
you've made it through the show without opening it to look at it.
well, because I got a show myself tonight, and I'll probably just do it then. It's like, you know,
I get it. Be jealous, or not jealous. Be stingy with your badass opening stuff. Whereas I opened my
just like,
badass Conan thing on your show.
oh,
Actually,
dude, my friend Grim,
yeah,
the good one, not
right.
the wanker from the UK. Um,
The
he
wanker
uh,
from the
he
UK.
saw that and he wants it, and I'm like, dude, it's sold out. And he's like, oh man, I want that so bad. Like, I will keep
That
you
is the
posted.
problem with Monolith Games publishing, whatever they are. There's a couple of problems with them. One, they're French. That's a huge problem. Two, they will make something that's absolutely amazing, and it's like they make 12 of them. And then, you're sitting there clicking, email me as soon as this thing is available, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
And
they're just laughing.
yeah, and they're just laughing. They're like, nah, nah.
You puny
Now, one
American.
thing I can say is anyone that's interested in any of the Conan expansions for the actual core game, like Stygia or whatever, they're currently available on the Monolith website at like half the price people on eBay want. So you can just be like, no, I'm not spending $200 for this shit. I'll go get it for 55 or 60 or whatever, right? But the kit I showed you was part of the
Mhm.
Kickstarter for the role playing game. The Conan the Hyperborean Age role playing game miniatures box. They wanted to give you every miniature they could think of that you might ever need to play that role playing game. Like that's actually in the book. You know what I mean? And they didn't make very many of them. And the sad thing is, every miniature in that box, they're not new miniatures. You can acquire those miniatures through other means. Like, if you want Frost Giants, you just have to buy the Asgard box set for $70.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah.
if you want mummies, well, now you got to buy the Stygian box set. And you'll get some
Yeah,
mummy
I was.
scorpions.
I'm gonna do that tonight, Stephen. Because I don't know how long I can freaking hold out, man.
Whereas I am going to play some Hyperborea tonight and eat meatloaf.
Nice. I'm gonna have to get off here though. I'll see ya.
I will see you,
Take care,
comrade,
Timmy.
my fellow Commonwealther.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go have some teriyaki chicken of some sort. I don't know. I'm not cooking. I was gonna make orange chicken tonight, but I got sidetracked hanging out with you guys, and Well, I
Well, I'm
said, fuck
glad
it.
you did.
Yeah,
I'm glad you did.
I'm trying to be a little more social with some folks as long as we're, kind of talking games,
Well, I went off on a little bit of a side thing, but
It's your show.
James
You can
L,
do
for
whatever
what
you want.
it's worth, that was only like 10 minutes of this whole thing. We've been talking about games and shit. Putting together a Skaven warband. Oh, Skaven are so filthy in frickin' Wordheim. Filthy.
Hey, speaking of which, James L just sent me like every PDF for Wartime imaginable, and I'm going to read that later tonight. Maybe
Wordheim is still a living game. Even
I
though
can
Games
imagine.
Workshop has decided to like not support it, it's still heavily supported. There's still people doing facts. There's still people playing that game. Now, Frostgrave is a better game, 100%, but Mordheim is pretty freaking good. And Skaven, especially in the beginning, are one of the most powerful war bands you will be able to play.
I've got like in the garage somewhere with my advanced hero quest stuff. I have got a bunch of the kick ass like the really cool, like the Plague Monk and the Rat Ogre and the
Yep.
Jezalite team, whatever they were called. Uh,
Giselle got a big
Whatever.
gun.
I've got a bunch of just the like specialty units because I just bought them for Advanced Hero Quest, and I'm gonna break them out because I never even painted them because I got out of Advanced Hero Quest as soon as I gotten into it because my buddy moved away and was like, well, I got no one to play with. I mean, I could play it solo, but I just
I never had Hero Quest. I had Warhammer Quest, which I guess is exactly like Advanced Hero
we lost James.
Quest, but with these cool doors that you could use to clip the different tiles together.
Hmm.
Like the doors had like slots on the bottom, so you could put like a tile in and another tile in, and
The Advanced Hero Quest was all uh, puzzle piece
fantastic.
endings. It was like your traditional,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
male and female puzzle piece endings, and you could just click them in, and it had some great stuff. Um,
Dude, I still use the Minotaurs that came in the Warhammer Quest box set. I still use those freaking things hardcore, man. They were great. I mean, they're monopose, but I didn't give a shit. You got your Minotaur and he's just standing there with his like,
I think I have that Minotaur, or I
yeah,
have
the
one.
plastic ones. I use those things in my Warhammer Fantasy Army when I played Chaos. I'd have them in there as like,
You want to hear something funny though?
Minotaurs or whatever.
Check this out. When I got the Advanced Hero Quest, it came with an army of Skaven, or a crap ton of Skaven, and a crap ton of human halberdiers for like
Yeah, they're
henchmen and
henchmen.
stuff.
They were your
And
henchmen.
yeah, and all the Skaven, whoever put them together, put the bases upside down, so they're like little bowls instead of how the base is flat and then tapers off down. They did them backwards.
Well, I mean, the world is full of some people who just want to watch it burn.
I'm thinking if they used super glue, I'm praying they use super glue. I could just throw them in some nail polish remover and fix that.
I wouldn't
Uh,
throw if they're plastic. Do not throw them in acetone.
um, and
They'll
maybe I can
melt the
fix
shit
that.
right out of them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to check. I'll be able to tell.
You know what I would
From the
do, which is a lot more work?
clip them.
Grab your clippers and just cut them bitches out of the base carefully. The good news with those Games Workshop plastic miniatures are they're pretty tough, so you don't got to worry about them just shattering too much. They're going to be all right. But yes, I've dealt with exactly that sort of thing. And what I do is if it's a slot of base, you just
Hmm.
cut the slot and the other slot, and sometimes you can just bend the base and it'll come right off. It's not that big of a deal. But I mean it is time intensive though, bro. Time intensive.
Yeah, I'm not even going to do
I
anything
can
with them
fix you.
immediately. So it would be like, what's the point? I might pull out the other stuff, and because it's all nice classic metal, and I can throw it in some LA's awesome, strip them down, and
Yeah.
start all over, and just paint those guys up just for
Some freaking
shits and
kaboom or
giggles.
whatever and just let it rock.
Hmm. But I really, I just knocked a bunch of crap off my table today. I was able to pack away some stuff, and I made a few more, you know, inches of table space here, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 minis here that have been sitting on my table for a year. I'm almost done with them. I can put them away, and
I
um,
think the brotherhood of miniature painting, which is us, all
mhm,
of us mostly, anytime
mhm.
somebody manages to get a project finished, that should be marked on a calendar as like a day of days, to quote like Carl Urban
Dude,
and freaking
I've got this list here. Hold on,
just
see if I can
movie.
find it.
I'm
You're
thinking of
gonna laugh your ass off if I can
Jim
find it. If I can
Diesel
find
is
it.
like some kind of super like powerful alien type human, and he's fighting
Hold on.
necromonger.
Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on. You are gonna love this. This is hysterical. I've got three things I marked on this list because they're dates.
Right?
Oh, come on, work with me here. It's under my cutting board because I'm
Ah,
stupid. Hold on, maybe you're gonna love this. I saved it for a reason. Come on, work with me, guys.
yeah, guys, I think that we should all share every time we actually finish a project, and that should be like a cause of celebration for sure. Hell, it might even get us more motivated to actually finish these damn projects that we all got 100 of laying around. The only one I know of who consistently finishes projects as far as whatever is Doc. I'm getting ready to get off. It's almost 2 hours, bro. And my wife just let me know that if I don't get a couple more things done before the guys show up, which could be any minute, that her and I, well, we won't have a problem, but you know, she'll pout, and I hate that. That literally tears me up. Are you going to show me your thing so I can finally go?
I'm trying to find it. Oh man,
Hey,
it's a
that's what
list of dates that includes something you did, something Bruce did, and something Connell did that is hysterical. But I had to put on this running list of dates.
a list of dates of every time I've been retarded. Yeah, that'd be a big list.
No, I think for you it was the day you didn't want to talk religion. Uh,
I don't want to talk religion, but you know what
Here
the
it is. Found
problem
it.
is
Found
with
it.
me talking
Found it. It wasn't
religion?
what I thought it was, but okay. Here it is. October 27. James didn't want to talk religion. On October 27th, also, strangely enough, Connell admitted to being wrong. And on October 28th, we discovered what end of the spectrum Bruce is on.
Here's the problem. I do talk religion, but usually, if you look at my thing, you'll notice it's in
I'm not looking at that.
response. You'd be impressed. But anyway, no. If you look at when I talk
Stop it.
religion, you will always
I've heard
notice
you talk about
100%
it
it's
before.
in response to someone asking a question. In this particular case, my good sir, it was you.
I understand that.
You asked the
I'm
question. I
guilty as
told you.
charged. Yeah, but it was freaking. I mean, how can you not wonder where the hell and why the hell bronies and furries are a thing? I mean, you gotta just stop and go, what You know, I mean, I understand a lot of weird, crazy shit.
I don't wonder. Like I said, I don't
Like
wonder
why people actually eat hot dogs from 7-Eleven. I get it, but
because they're
you
good.
know,
That's why people eat hot dogs from 7-Eleven because they're good. Okay, you're hungry. You got a couple bucks. A fucking roller dog
take
will
care, Doc.
make it happen. Yeah, catch us later. I got a game tonight, but so anyway, being people saying James talks religion. Well, stop asking me about religion then. Because if you ask me a question about demonology and Christianity, do not be upset when I tell you exactly what it is. You get what I'm saying?
And folks, I will be on in about 3 hours, maybe 3.5, depends. And I will open this and I will oogle and ogle, and I'll be amazed if there's actually instructions in here because I swear to God that
Games
whole
Workshop don't like instructions a lot of times.
well, this is pretty old, but that whole idea of Europe and everywhere else saying, "Oh no, you got to get your own instructions online," can suck it. That is the worst, dumbest freaking green policy of them all. Because
But you
you're gonna,
already said why, though.
well, because they're retarded.
Europe.
They should carbonate the hot dog water.
They should carbonate the hot dog water. Oh my God. Oh, you're religious? Name every priest, right? I'm getting out of here.
Peace, James. James, I'll
All
see you
right.
later.
Thanks
If you want
everyone
to
who
join me,
joined us. Thank you, Shadow, especially for joining me.
always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Brother from another mother.
God bless, guys. See you in 3.
See, yeah, you'll see him. You won't see me. I'll be playing.